Good morning, dear students. I will start chapter 15, Some Natural Phenomena. So in this yesterday we discussed about the some useful effects of lighting, and today we will discuss about internal structure of earth. Internal structure of earth. Internal structure of earth. So the planet earth whole is called the geosphere, and the outer part of the earth is called the lithosphere. Outer part is called the lithosphere. Outer part is called the lithosphere or crust. Outer part is called the lithosphere or crust, and on the lithosphere plants and animals which together form the biosphere. In this, plants and animals are present, so they form the biosphere. And the depression in the lithosphere crust are filled with vast oceans, and the watery part is called the hydrosphere. Watery part is called the hydrosphere. Watery part is called the hydrosphere, and inside the inside of the earth is made up of a number of layers. Different layers are there, and at the center of the earth is a solid inner core that is made up of iron. Under a very high pressure and temperature that is surrounding the inner core and outer core, which is liquid in nature and is mostly made up of the iron, and surrounding the outer core is mantle, and it is the 209 km in thickness and is made up of molten solid rocks commonly called the magma. And this magma contains dissolved hot gases at high pressure. And the magma within the mantle is not stationary. It rises up and down due to the convection currents. Due to the convection currents, it rises up and down, and it is the hottest near the outer core and coolest near the lithosphere. In a way, lithosphere is a solidified magma floating over the mantle, and the lithosphere can be compared to the crust formed over simmering milk. And the lithosphere is not 100% rigid but moves over the mantle at a very slow speed. Earthquake. Earthquake. Earthquake is the natural calamities. And what is the earthquake? Question is arises here, what is the earthquake? So any sudden vibrations or movement in the part of the earth crust, any sudden vibration or movement of a part of the earth crust that is caused by the natural or man-made forces resulting in the shaking or trembling is called the earthquake. Definitions: a shock or a series of shocks due to the sudden movement of the crustal rocks is called the earthquake, and the point within the crust or the mantle where a sudden shift of rocks takes place is called the seismic origin or seismic focus or hypocenter. and the waves generated in the lithosphere due to the sudden shifting of crustal rocks are called the shock waves or seismic waves. And the point directly above the seismic focus of an earthquake, where the shock wave reaches above the earth crust, that is called the epicenter. And the instrument which detect and records the intensity of seismic waves that is generated by the earthquake, and that is called the seismograph. What is the seismology? The branch of science which deals with the study of earthquake is known as seismology. What is the seismology? The branch of science which deals with the study of earthquake is called the seismology. So in the page number 189, more about seismograph. Diagram is given, and you can see that diagram. And now what is the causes of earthquake? Following are the main causes of earthquake. What is the main causes of the earthquake? First one is the volcanic eruptions. First is the volcanic eruptions. Causes of earthquake. First is the volcanic eruptions. First, volcanic eruptions. Volcanic eruptions. Secondly, plate tectonics. Plate tectonics. Folding and faulting. Folding and faulting. Folding and faulting. Anthropogenic factors. Anthropogenic factors. Anthropogenic factors. So first we will discuss about the volcanic eruptions. What is the volcanic eruptions? So volcanic eruption is one of the main earthquake. Volcanic earthquakes are caused by the gas explosion. Volcanic earthquakes are caused by the gas explosion, and such earthquakes occur either simultaneously with the eruption or more commonly in the period preceding an eruption. That is, they are generally of shallow origin and their area of disturbance is relatively small and rarely exceeds a few hundred square kilometers, and their intensity, however, may be quite high near the volcanoes. And this, the violent eruption of the Krakatoa volcano between Sumatra and Java Islands caused such a severe earthquake that is impactful experience at Cape Horn, 12,800 km away, and the Krakatoa earthquake generated 30 to 40 meters high tsunami sea waves which killed over 30,000 people in the coastal area of the Java and Sumatra. And the ash cloud reaches the mesosphere, and sound of blast was heard in Central Australia, Philippines, and even 4,800 kilometers away in the Indian Ocean. And such volcanic eruptions always result in severe earthquake of hazardous nature. So you know that earthquake is the natural calamity, and it is very highly destructive, and it is not good for the plants and animals when any natural calamities, and one of them that is the earthquake. And if any natural calamities came, then it destroyed plants, animals life as well as the human being. So it is very destructive, and it creates problem to the human life and to the plants and animals, and economical problems. So different types of situations came that and it takes many years to overcome of this situation, so it is very harmful. Now second we will discuss about plate tectonics. Plate tectonics. So it is believed that the lithosphere of the earth is not one solid that surrounding the mantle, but it is broken into the number of plates which float over the molten magma in the mantle. So at the margins of these plates there is a considerable geological activity such as spreading of sea floor, volcanic eruptions, mountain buildings and continental drift due to the continuous outflow of magma at various points. The plate boundaries are primary location of volcanic activity throughout the world. So when these plates brush past one another, or when one plate goes under another plate, they cause disturbance in the earth crust, and when disturbance in the earth crust, which manifests itself in the form of an earthquake. So different causes of the why earthquake comes. So different reasons are there behind this, different reasons are there. So third reason is the folding and faulting. A fracture in the rock, a fracture in a rock along which there has an observable amount of displacement is known as fault. An earthquake occurs when movement of the earth take place along a line of fracture called a fault. And fault can be found in rocks of all ages, but the likelihood of movement occurring in minimum unless the fault is located in the active area. So in India zone, that is in the Kashmir, western and central Himalayan, the whole northeast Rann of Kutch, Rajasthan and Indo-Gangetic plains, some areas of South India also lie in seismic zones. Fourth one is the anthropogenic factors. Human interaction with nature is also one of the main cause of the occurrence of many other earthquakes. The extraction of minerals, deep underground mining, blasting of rocks by dynamite for construction of roads, dams and reservoirs, nuclear explosion, etc. might lead to the occurrence of earthquake. And due to this reason, many of the earthquakes of the world in the present century are of the result of construction of dams and reservoirs. And the earthquake of 1931 in Greece has been attributed of Marathon Dam constructed in 1929. The Konya earthquake of 1967 in Satara district of Maharashtra, India was due to the Konya reservoir constructed in 1962. So this is all about the internal structure of earth and earthquake causes. What are the causes of the earthquake? So till here you will take a revision.